For today we're playing EA's WRC while using the SteamDeck. And to start it off, we're playing the game at 800p at the lowest settings. And here we are with that. There we go. And let's jump into it. So weirdly enough, this game has a check in place where if you're playing on a SteamDeck, the game won't open up. But luckily for us, there's going to be a launch command that will bypass the check, and I'll have that on the screen as well as the description. Alright, let's jump into it now and see what we can get. Let's choose the Subaru in the classic blue. And let's get racing. It's kind of weird how the game does have a check in place, by the way. I'm not sure why they did that. I did play for a good like 40 minutes. And the game is playable. It plays fun on the Steam Deck. So I'm not sure why they chose to have that in place. It's literally free sales that they're missing out on. So hopefully it gets fixed in the future. And you won't need to use the launch command. Alright, here we go. Starting it off at the lowest settings, we're sitting in the high 50s. That is a fantastic start. Now looking at the graphics, they are pretty bad. We are playing at the lowest settings, so the game won't look good, but at least it's playing, I guess, decently well. In the high 40s and the 50s, I almost crashed. Can't see any grass at all out here. It's pretty basic, guys. But luckily the game will have FSR, so I can at least increase the settings and have a decent looking game, as well as a good frame rate. Ooh, lagging there as well. Like no grass, no shadows. Can see some reflections, but they're not as good as the higher presets, obviously. Personally, for me, I would not want to play this game at this preset. For this video, I'm going to be targeting 40 FPS ideally, and I'll try to go for the medium settings. This game is quite intensive, so if you can't hold a steady 40, then I'll go for 30 FPS instead. Woo! Oh, I'm cooked. Whoa, that was a big hit. Look at the door. The door's gone. Okay, let's exit out and use FSR and try again. Alright, now using quality FSR, the game does look a lot softer, obviously, at this point. I'm personally not a huge fan of it, but if you like the look, then it's obviously usable for you. And for the FPS, we're now in the low 50s and the mid 50s. So a slight FPS bump. Still though, I would not want to play the game at the lowest settings with FSR enabled. It just looks really bad. Oh, two wheels. Oh, come on, hold it. Oh my god, dude, I can't drive at all in this game. What's happening? So yeah, that's FSR. Let's back out and play the game at the low settings and go again. And here we are with the low preset. There we go. Alright, back into the game. And now we're sitting in the low to mid 30s and up into the low 40s. Way better graphics. But let's see how we play. At this point, I've seen the FPS fall as low as the high 20s. But to be fair, it was for only a split second. I think the medium settings for sure is the way to go. But I'm not sure if it's going to be playable at 30 FPS even. I think maybe with FSR, it will be playable. But I guess we'll see in a second. Hold it. Don't hit the logs. Ooh, I tapped it. That could have ended badly. See, now the main issue with the 30s is that the car isn't as responsive as playing at 50 to 60 FPS. So handling will be a bit worse, but with practice, I guess you can get used to it. Doing much better though, guys, in the high 40s and the low 50s, instead of the high 30s and the low 40s. Yeah, it's definitely far softer and very blurry at this point. I almost hit that again, dude. Every single time I just slide into the left and almost go off the road. It's the small adjustments. It's kind of hard to do at 30 FPS. Like the car slides off the road a little bit and I'll try to adjust it, but it's never enough. And then if I do enough, it will be too much and the car will go too far to the right. Ooh, nice. Held it there quite nicely. That was good. I'm catching up to them. Oh yeah, come on. Too much, that's too much. I'm gonna flip it. Whoops. Okay, let's back out, put the game at the medium settings, and go again. Alright, and here we are with that. There we go. Oh man, not a good start. It's the high 20s, and the low 20s even, at the start of the race. The game looks fantastic, but unfortunately not playable as of now. It's pretty bad, guys. The low 20s immediately. Hold it, come on. It's going to be even harder to handle the car now. I'm going to crash. I'm going to brake early this time. Yeah, there we go. Nice. There we have it. Alright, back again with balanced FSR. Doing much better in the mid 30s now. But let's see if it's stable. Ooh, there we go. Already down into the high 20s for a second. Okay, that was a bad start. I just immediately swerved to the left. On the right, I mean. Ooh, back into the 20s in this section, though. Wow, that felt awful. So at this point, we're already pushing out luck. The game is sitting in the low 30s and the mid 30s with FSR enabled. So at the high settings, it's going to fall below 30. And the game will be unplayable, obviously. So let's go and back out, optimize the settings, and go again. Okay, for the optimal settings, I'm going for a mix of medium and low settings, and FSR enabled with the quality preset. Let's pause the game, and go into graphics. Here we are with that. And for the advanced graphics, again, here we are at a mix of medium and low settings. There we go. It's the high 30s and the low 40s so far. Oh, I'm losing it again. It's not as good as native 800p, but at least it's playing well. Now for dock mode, I'm kind of worried. I'm not sure if this will be playable at all with a decent preset, but I'll try it out and see how we go. At this point, you have the option of going with a 30 FPS cap or a 40 FPS cap. 40 FPS cap is mostly stable, but it will have some FPS dips into the high to mid 30s occasionally, so keep that in mind. Okay, this area is feeling a bit choppy. High 30s again. Ah, hit the sign. Yeah, it's pretty good. Let's try a different camera view as well while we're here, see how they feel. Okay, well the sign just destroyed me. There we go. Car sounds amazing from this angle. Woo! No, I'm losing it. I don't know how I kept it going there. That was so risky. Nice, look at that. That was good. A bit off-road, but we held it together. Okay, I think that's about it for the optimal settings. Let's back out, play the game in dock mode, and see if the game is even playable with this preset. Just one more corner though. Just one more corner and I'll back out. The game is too addictive. The game is just too addictive. Full speed. The car's getting redlined into a tree. Poof. For dock mode, we're going to be keeping the same settings as well as dynamic resolution. Okay, it's not great if I'm being honest, but FPS wise, it is above 30 FPS. So it's playable, but won't look great at all. But let's keep playing, and we'll see if the FPS even falls down into the high 20s. Oh, falling down to the low 30s right now. We're getting pretty close to the high 20s there, guys. Only 3 FPS away. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the FSR in this game. It doesn't look that good. When I used DLSS, the game looked fantastic, but with the SteamDeck, as well as the GTX 1060, when FSR was turned on, the graphics did take a hit. It kind of sucks, but it is what it is. What can we really do about it? Okay, I think that's about it. That is WRC with the SteamDeck. Again, the game is playable, but make sure you add the launch command or the game won't start up. And for the settings, go for a mix of medium and low, and use FSR with dynamic resolution, and the game will be playable at a mostly 30 to 40 FPS experience. The same thing goes for dock mode. The game won't look great, but at least it's playable on a bigger screen. Okay, I think that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys next time for the next video. See you guys then.